Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying your March. Gonna go ahead and play it by ear here. A lot has gone down. I would say up, but a lot has happened. Divine Masculine, of course, is doing his best regardless of how it looks. Okay, most importantly, we have to see the abundance in everything that's occurring. Really be like that baguette bistro date romance in London and Paris, like just kind of have that hopeful romantic, that trust, and that what you want will happen, will be given to you because you're good and because you're part of the good fight, you're part of the plan. So the angels are going to bring it down on us pretty soon. I want to say pretty soon. I don't think that was even me. All right. Fake it till you make it card came up next. Interesting, twins. Oh, 111 when I look at the clock. Wow. Fake it till you make it. So it could be, when you do feel those sad feelings, sink into them. Definitely don't shake them off. Of course, get back up, but 45, that's a 9, so that's an ending. It feels like there's something coming that's great, and I've been having that feeling for a while now. Remember to breathe. So now I feel we have to more focus on the moment, the now. Divine Feminine, let him focus on his now. And right now, if you're not presently in that reality for him, you need to trust in what you know. If you don't, then there's really a part in this journey, a time in this journey where you'll have to ask yourself, why are you still here if you really can't, at this point, trust? Sorry, it sounds crazy, but rough, but it kind of is. 222 now that I looked at it. It's just a sequence of events that you have to trust, and also yourself and your beliefs, because sometimes maybe if you don't hold that balance, that stability in that trust in divinity, in your spirituality, pushing forth that manifestation for Divine Masculine in the spiritual stance, Divine Feminine where you should be, then it just causes and could create more confusion, and you put it all on your Divine Masculine, but it's actually your confusion, not his. So see what I mean? Just trust, because that's what he needs you to do. Because right now they're definitely having a lot on their plate, clearly in all different situations across the board. A random card in here. We have the Warrior Princess. So at this, I'm getting, you really have to hold that flame. Look, she has a bow with a flame on fire. Sorry, it's dark in here. I'm trying. Let's see what we can get. See, gift of courage. This is your gift that he sees in you, that you're not the one that needs so much tending to, because you have this divine feminine quality to you. You're a warrior princess. You understand because you're focused on your path, and your path is spiritual. You're the high priestess. You understand. You fake it till you make it, because no matter what, you are giving yourself this, through the separation, your time to breathe, and seeing the abundance in that. Expect the best. See, you have to totally expect that you're going to get exactly what you want. Start visualizing that. Start visualizing 414 on the clock. Start visualizing your family. Start visualizing the relationship. So expect the best between you two, because that's most probable what will occur. What you have in your mind, you bring out into your external. So with that being said, those are the main lessons I think the angels are wanting us to understand: Divine Feminine and Masculine. So you trust, and Divine Masculine is working through, I think, probably cutting things out. Let's see. passion. See, passion can lead you to do some crazy things. Like love can make you act like a fool. They could possibly also, now that you are cutting the communication because, self respect, boundaries, their passion, they remember your passion, first of all, I'm getting, and then they also are feeling picky and only want passionate, and a lot of girls out there are not, especially karmics. So they're wanting to cut stuff out to come back, to be able to enjoy that and possibly even now give that. Yeah, they don't want to give you grief, and they don't want to feel that anymore, because they definitely, hurting you is like killing them. They didn't realize, or they knew because, angels are talking around in their heart chakra, green, but they did not listen, and that's okay. We who are we to judge? And you can't stop someone from failing. So just be love. This is them putting down their insecurities when they do come back. So these type of things do take time, and that's understandable. Oh, and he's most probably a workaholic. All right. I'm hearing that once things at work where they are very stable at change, they will be missing you even more, Divine Feminine. I'm hearing some are just really leaning on what you have already instilled, that seed, because they are dealing with obstacles, not necessarily just people, but I am getting that there's a portion of Divine Masculines who are dealing with people tricking them, but also their own beliefs where they thought they were right about something. Now they're completely feeling that it was ego tricking them, and that it does not serve them anymore to be in the current state or situation that they have gotten themselves in. Perhaps they outgrew something. They discovered this that was unknown before. And this has to do with the twin flames and being in a trifecta with God. And, that is basically what is driving all of this, orchestrating this beautifully. All right, now let's try and see what Divine Masculine wants us to know. I've got to keep this one short. We're just playing around with some topics, random questions that pop in my mind as we go, because my phone might die. I'll bring out some more. I think the shorter I go, the more I can put out. So expect some long videos, some short videos. All right, 5, we have some changes occurring. Throat chakra. This is good. 808, when I looked at the timer, and that's basically what I've been getting a lot of mirroring. So the more you speak out Divine Feminine, or in your reality, not to Divine Masculine, because right now it's a time of not really where he doesn't need so much communication. He needs you to trust, because he's working on things that are tough. This is a time for you to balance that, and he is also doing that on his end, whether you can see it or not. All right, so wow, there's hope, and also an 8 card. That looks like the sun too. A funny story is I mentioned God to my son, who's 5, the other day, and he said, he looked at me and he smiled and he said, yeah, God lives in the sun. Isn't that cool? I thought that was really awesome. Giving and receiving. So Divine Masculine is trying to make sure when he does come back, and this is why it's probably slow, because he wants to make sure it's right, the reciprocity of the relationship is, maybe he didn't really think of that before. Could be because they're new to this type of thing, or if they're older, it could just be they had a lot of options, or a lot of things to think about other than that. See, there's rings, and there's it could be that they're in a marriage that they have to deal with, separate from. Could be you, Divine Feminine, as well, that you have to divorce. Then there's that seed that's growing. Then there's an unknown, just clouds. then there's prosperity, like money. So there's a kind of, as a masculine in this society, it's a lot to do with like you expected of money and stuff. So that's what they also had on mind, not just a damsel in distress waiting for her prince, that can focus all on love. Spiritual strength, although you, however, they have to gain strength in. Again, with that analogy Nikki from the crystal grid used a few weeks ago, being that we Olympic swimmer jetted across this lake. Oh, I'm sorry, not lake, this river, raging river, and they have to find a bridge across, and they might have to get a car to the bridge and a bike back to us, but we'll be fine waiting, right? Because we have that spiritual strength, and it's the 9. So the ending, completing almost phase. And 2, we have God on our side. We have to understand that. Whoa, patience. That's what he wants from the big guy upstairs, wants us to know patience. If you can't have patience, then you can't have this, basically, is what I'm hearing. And for him to reach out, you're going to need to have him have trust and not do so yourself, not try to send that love. He knows and that you do, and you need to trust. Show him that you can trust. That should be your main objective, like lately, for this 10, for this flow, which will happen. Wow, and this love, that's pretty cool. All right, I just was dazing off on how awesome that is. Get to meditate also on what you want. So that has to do with visualizing. All right, so I do read differently than other readers. I will throw in the traditional meanings a lot, but I have a really strong connection with this deck, the Wild Unknown deck, and I will be reading it very quickly because the spirit shows me through the imagery, and I hope you enjoy. So this is angels. What do you want this to be specifically pertaining to twin flame union for the twins that are in like boat out there? Okay, they want you to know, Divine Feminine, the things that you cannot hear, the things that you can never hear in words, the things that only if you are quiet enough, and I mean balanced and behind your heart space enough to hear Divine Masculine sending you. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, if you were to just know the work that I'm putting in to become the man I'm supposed to be, when really inside I have water, I am full of water, scales on the outside, learning to walk free, learning to walk free. Times go by, times will go by, learning to walk, learning to be the man that he is, to free snakes and thought, learning who's the snakes in the grass, putting in thought the whole time of you, learning to walk. He's finally free. That means he is able to learn to walk. Who do you think he's going to go to, Divine Feminine, once he can? There's a pinnacle, the most valuable. He's going to go to who he misses the most. Understanding. After death comes rebirth, and with this rebirth comes a new understanding. The Ace of Cups card means something you already had but was gone, you thought was dead, and now it's a renewal of offer of love. Complicated web we weave, true. 1:41 on the clock. Don't swallow him up. Don't go that way. Don't go the way that you know you could go, and most egoically probably would go. Don't be the Black Widow. Don't act like a Black Widow now. Act like you're in union now. Like, I'm here, your man, your father, your prince, father of your sons. Be the lamb. Remember the lamb. Purest has already forgiven all of this sins, including the guy before wanting all of this, including the girl that didn't get it before and kind of messed up all of this. Ask your angels, I'm also getting Divine Feminine, to know if you're on the right path, to know if you're doing the right thing. And if you're trying to communicate this week, it's not the right thing I'm getting. They need your silence. They need your trust more than anything. They know you love them, and you need to have that purity, that everything has been washed away. You need a connection with Jesus. Here, let me get this Jesus stick. Because that will give you the balance, that peace, and that hope to be able to, that mustard seed verse is popping into my head. Be good, comfort, your faith has made you whole. Perfect. Like, this is Divine Feminine. It's our time to rest. It's more than rest. It's time for faith. It's like resurrection. It's like resurrection. Yes, he did die. A part of him is dying. That's why it's personal. Actually, Divine Masculine I met just told me a little tidbit about how he sees, how he perceives, porn or even death, where they're personal, they're too private to watch. It's beautiful. Like, I wouldn't say porn, but I mean sex. They wouldn't watch that, Anyway, we've made it through a huge obstacle, like lots of obstacles. And look at Jesus' face. He looks so proud. And we look really happy. Awesome. All right, so through this death, and through death, of course, separation, he misses you. It is complicated, but this is also working towards something hard, towards something that is better, and always been better. But I feel what has died is things falling away from Divine Masculine's external, and that may feel like you to him in the external. But you have made your peace. You have understood with God, with Jesus, that you don't need to put forth much effort. You need to put effort in being the love that you desire and search for yourself. That's important. They're telling me to share you what I want to be. So what I see myself being, and it's kind of funny, is awesome horse lady with long hair in Washington or Oregon, with horses. Horse lady, yeah, just cool, really cool aunt, mom, which will be interesting because I'm an only child. But hey, I see it as that, so maybe my Divine Masculine, that way, stuff like that. That's just my welding. They also wanted me to show you the details. Welding big masterpieces of metal on the property, large property with cabins for every Divine Masculine I've known, like I've met, that is mine. So also, guys, to tell you, you can do no wrong, basically, if you follow your heart and be behind heart space and be as your child self. You really cannot do no wrong. They also asked me to tell you a little excerpt from a time I was at Applebee's. They asked me, a waitress asked me if I was of age because I wanted a margarita, and I'm 27, so I gave her my ID, and she was like, "What's your secret? How are you so? How do you look so young?" And she asked me this in Spanish, and I told her back in Spanish, which was actually my first language, but I just didn't ever speak it after I went to kindergarten. But I told it to her. So maybe it was my broken Spanish, or it was just me being spontaneous and allowing my soul to speak because it just came out, was to do everything you want to do. Do all that you want to do. Everything that you want to do. And she looked, it was for a split second, like a split of a split second, almost like shocked and then smiling, shocked. So that's perfect. So also, I think all that has to do with languages. So I've been wanting to learn a few languages, Russian being one. And angels are going to they're telling me to tell you that if you learn languages and you start to speak through them, you'll be fascinated at how your body, your mouth, and your mind communicate with each other and expel words, express yourself. So change is good. Perhaps just the language. Dabble in a new language, guys. And Divine Masculine could also be very benefited from you learning one, because then you can teach him one when you're in union. It takes 2 years to learn one, but you can go really quickly. All right, so let's confirm these in the bottom. We'll just keep them upside down for now. That'll be fun, right? And then one for Divine Feminine and Masculine. All right. So we have things are working in the way Divine wants it to. There's another 1 cup. This is going to be a new budding romance. New as in it may be buddy for a while. It may be like wobbly, like a deer, a new freedom walk. Remember? They walk away, and you also walk away from things that no longer serve you. And we have Mother of Pentacles. This is another, they're guiding me to tell you 2 more things. So when I went to Wallowa County in Oregon, Northern Oregon, there's this movie called The Shack, and I had read it a few years ago. I dated this Christian guy who gave me the book years ago, and I didn't read the last chapter, so I didn't know really where this place was. Then years later, I'm with my ex-husband, and I see a commercial with this book, movied, like pictured. So we ended up going to Wallowa County, and without knowing that that's where, and watching the movie there in a tent, and not even knowing until we watched the ending of that movie in a scene where they passed by a lake that we were at, actually. And we were in Wallowa County. So that's a miracle. That's pretty crazy. What are the odds of that? Like that 4-leaf clover story I told you guys in Six Flags, where I'm like, I'm gonna find a 4-leaf clover. Bing. That's God, you guys. That's you can't remember. And that's why you have all of this, because they also reminded me in that place I saw when we got there, 2 horses were born that night, that morning. And I woke up in a beautiful Montana style tent up out there, and I saw deers also, and I have video of that somewhere in one of my past YouTube posted videos. But the deer I saw would go far away, pretty much ahead of the baby deer, and not be scared. And then the baby deer, which of course she values so much, but she just not scared of it, of going too far and doing what she needs to do. Divine Feminine, you need to do what you need to do, because God's still going to be able to handle this. You know, this new relationship for Earth. Earth has never seen something like this before. It's been like this in this world. And now it's starting to really, this is the plan. You just have to trust like the mama deer. All right? Then we have confirmation. Even if it looks gloomy, there's a rainbow. That's a promise for a positive outcome. The Magician, creating. Divine Masculine's feeling that creativity, but he also needs you to know that you can, and that we always will be creating together, whether it seems dark and gloomy or not. So your trust is everything, because you can just, if you lose trust, you lose everything. So it's kind of like the Matrix, green pill, blue pill, or blue pill, red pill. You know what I mean? You have to cut and cut the thoughts out that no longer belong in this realm. We took the blue pill, or whatever color it is. We're in Wonderland, and you can't think that way in Wonderland. Otherwise, it's just making things gray in a world of color. You are in the world of color already. All right. So I knew that was going to come out too. Be generous. Make note of where you are, who you are. You are divine. You are feminine. Stay that way. And also, anything that you feel unsure of, then don't do it. And if you still feel pushed to do something, send something, sleep on it. All right? And we have for divine masculine and feminine. Okay. Let me think about what this means real quick. It may be slow like a turtle, but the flame is with this slow boy, and he doesn't want the ruin anymore. So he's going to come fix that. Partnerships and alliances, well, he's going to come put that hand. And first, God needs to put the hand first to him and to you. See, it's mirrored. What's happening to him with the blue ribbon is happening to you with the yellow ribbon. He's got green. That means he's learning to love. God is putting in his hand and pulling him out of not being able to learn how to love or feel love, lovable or something. In turn, also not being able to love. The feminine is yellow, friendship, learning the bond doesn't always have to be good morning, I love you, good night, sweetheart, I love you. You are the love that you have. You understand what your worth is, not how someone sees you. And yellow meaning, aside from friendship, forgiveness. Wow. Prosperity begins. And in this picture, it's an apple tree. Or is that a peach tree? Someone in the comments section, let us know what peaches mean. Will ya? And light. So remember that we're so close. Light is all around us. This, my friends, is the energy that we carry as individuals. Also, the universe has all around us. Wow, it's already a 30-minute reading. Whoops. And you're understanding things like you're putting on a spiritual jacket of light. From ancient times, you're learning all these spiritual modalities of healing. And I need you. Divine needs you to master that. That power. Everyone has their superpower. Only you can know that. The things that you can't tell people, or else you look crazy. That's the kind. And also be love. And have faith that this little flame candle light will never put out, no matter how tough the seas will be. And they're protected by divine. That's why. You are divine. You have to stay that way. All right? So our angels want to leave us with. I'll put them face down real quick because I want to get their animal card real quick. So for divine masculine, your spirit animal. Divine masculine spirit animal is the butterfly. Oh, I've been seeing a lot of hummingbirds and moths. So what? Maybe you feel you are a moth. You actually are a butterfly. 7, 8, 9. Also an ending level of completion, closing to purple, very royal, important. And hippopotamus, also purple. So divine feminine, you could be needing to be chill, just bathing, lots of baths, detox baths. Like I do, like almost like 3 or 4 days sometimes. We are mirrored in the same royalty. We are of the same color, cloth. So just focusing on yourself, divine feminine. All right. And for both of us, our power animal is the wildebeest. We're strong. We are coming all as a herd, very strong, clear to a 10. To that, we have been 9 so much. With God, you divine feminine, a 3. All right, being chill in your realm. Wildebeest. And I'm hearing that divine masculine would literally lay in the water with you. So let him metamorphosize into what he needs to be, that wild beast that is within both of us. All right? And our angels want to leave us with Past life relationship. Yep, you have known each other before. Reconciliation. Yay. Deception. Okay, so see, don't be deceived by the way things go. We've known each other before. This will reoccur like it has before. They leave, they come. It's the way. All right, see? Separation. They leave, they come. It's the way. See, they choose the right way. You have to let them choose wisely. You can't, I feel like the more you put your foot in it or try to meddle and help, the more you put your foot in it. It's going to be a victory. They feel it no matter what. Okay? So a little bit more on what Divine Masculine is feeling towards Divine Feminine. Okay, another deceit card. Let's get clarification on that. I feel they feel guilty walking away, and that was almost in reverse. So I feel like either way, they feel guilty for walking away. Man holding a coin, so now they're holding the valuable coin. When before possibly they were just holding a heart. Passion. All right, but now financial constraints. Oh, yeah. So maybe something is in the way. Chromatically, they could be bonded in a house. It's just hostile for them, however. So they'll be fixing that. See? Angel of Balance. Perfect. And what they're feeling about this move. Cleansing. Oh, it's destiny. And that's probably why they're in isolation, because they're trying for it to be like, if it'll be, it'll be. And that's good. That's also trusting. Expansion of their heart and their throat chakra. Great. Also not using it and not taking you up, you know, selfishly is a great feat for Divine Masculine. So give them credit for that. Expansion. Wow, see, them being the Fool and actually having a loyal companion. You going through this and not prodding them and begging them, they'll be able to come back. They just need to go and learn what they need to learn. See? The Sorceress. So this is like the High Priestess and the Magician card, which are both similar. The Tower. Things will end and they'll remember the Sorceress and it'll come right back like the Fool. Wow, see, and this is the Empress card. So then after that, be prepared for possible, you know, babies, divine, and creating things that will Divine Feminine and Masculine can work towards. All right. Let's see what we get from this deck. At the bottom already, I've seen the Wolf. So this wolf has been guiding Divine Masculine. If you've seen in the video clips in my videos, my readings, yeah, there's a wolf that he's listening to him, and it's inside him. There's a good one and a bad one in everyone. Who would you feed? The Empress again, and the Nine of Wands. So they're releasing themselves and remembering you. And look, there's a baby. Oh, and more apples. All right. So this is going to be romantic. When they're coming forth, what can we expect that'll surprise us? And this is from Spirit. Wow, Ace of Cups. So this is it. Wow. Think of it as this is it. Wow, there's the wolf again. And I shuffled. Really? Wow. Oh my God. And the Lovers. This is what we can expect from Spirit, from our Divine Masculines, with our Divine Masculines. That will happen. The Ace of Cups. And this is Angel. This is him balancing Divine Masculine and Feminine, us doing the same thing, grabbing these snakes by the throat, being sheathed in the silkiest, most divine, with our triangle on forethought, which is God, us, and our Divine Masculine, and our wings. And I even had wrote DF, DM at the bottom of one side, and DM, DF at the bottom of the other side, which is us mirrored, and then God at the top. Wow, Lovers and the Seven of Wands. This is the wolf I'm talking about. That always reminds him of this. Love. Cool. Excellent. And real quick from the sexual deck, let's see what we can expect. Oh, they're all upside down, so let me just move them. The Chariot, movement forward, and the Chariot goes from spiritual to reality, like real physical reality. The Moon, the Empress, the third appearance, definitely could be getting pregnant, people. all right? This is divine masculine wanting his power with divine feminine back. Look at, he has the whip, and you're letting him, whenever that is, coming from behind. And that's Chariot, opposing factors. He has ridden it from spirituality, like a Merkaba, all the way back to where being able to come in your presence, you have to use that spiritual train and whip yourself in this shape. Look at that whip. Perhaps it's not for you at all. He's not using you. He's being very gentle with you. Wow. Then the Knight of Cups, and this is who he is coming forth as. He's seeing you as very wonderful, beautiful, and this is him too, wonderful and beautiful. We're seeing each other eye to eye on the same page. Probably now this is where we're going to be told, this is why I did that, this is why this happened, and now this is where we are and why. And the Empress, that's the beauty. You're gonna feel like this finally. Everything's gonna fall into place, and you know. And I just brought this shell, this exact shell, into this house from my house. It's an ancient, not ancient, but it's passed down from generation. And I just brought that today. Interesting. I'll insert a picture of that. But yeah, we have had our own battles. He's gonna come back and see that you have had your own battles. I had to beat him up with the stick, all those other guys, karmics. Just kidding. But yeah, you have been, and you're in your realm. It's gonna be great. You have always had him around, divine masculine. And I have a picture too of let's see if I can show you guys, of divine masculine right there. A. Skremnesky painting, Russian. See, I'm very into the Russian stuff lately. But yeah, so we've had our battles, and also we've had our divine masculine depicted around us. You know, we're all about him, and they're very happy about that. And this is why we have this Knight of Wands, this guy who really wants it, who really wants us. And look at, this is the only one that can make us do that divine feminine head tilt that I was telling you. And I think that's what also they remember too, that beautiful passion. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys are enjoying your March. If I can get this to stay perfect, Divine has led me to show you guys a little bit more into the situation. Now Divine is learning our idea, to see between the pain, to see the healing in situations. I know you guys can't see this because of the shadow, but if you see in her eyes, there's trust, and there's also so much that we see in our divine masculine with these eyes. We see everything, so understand that, and don't forget, don't get caught up in ego eyes, that they're trying to make this path towards you through this crazy dominion called Earth. It is a test. It is all about divine. Learn God. Don't be dumb. And find your abundance in that. Find your peace in that. Remember that you have been here before. Give, and it shall be given unto you. I'm sorry, I'm just going to take this off. Give, and it shall be given unto you. So give trust, all right, and God will bless. Ask God to bless this whole situation with more trust and more ease, because this is forever. So you might as well get on board with Divine and enjoy the ride. Love you guys. Stay divine.